Hey everyone, welcome to Rev Trev NFL. My name is Rev Trev, and I'm glad that you're here because today we're going to be diving into the massive debate. And I know what some of you are going to say. How could you be honest and unbiased in this video? Well, I'm going to try my best, and there's positives about both stadiums. So we're going to be talking about US Bank Stadium and Lambeau Field. Which is the better stadium? Look at which is the better stadium, guys, girls. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk about this. There is so much to talk about. As many of you know, I have just gone to Lambeau Field for the first time in my life. And also the day before, I went to US Bank Stadium. And the reason why I went to both is, first of all, they're close. They're only 4 hours apart in drive, okay? Second is, I keep hearing that both of these stadiums are some of the best. Top five, both of them are in the top five, so I want to do that. I've been to SoFi, okay? I haven't been to Allegiant Stadium in Vegas yet. I keep hearing that's awesome, and I want to go to the new. I went to the old Dallas Stadium, but I want to go to the new Dallas Stadium. So this is the journey for the five best ones, and depends what list you see. Some people say that US Bank Stadium is number one. Most people say that it's Lambeau. Others say it's Dallas or SoFi. I really like SoFi. It depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, everyone has positives and negatives. So let's dive into this conversation. And I'm really, really glad you're here because we're going to get into it. So which stadium is better, Lambeau or US Bank Stadium? And don't forget to follow me on X, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook. I do tons and tons of short form content and some large form content. I'd really appreciate the like and subscribe. Okay. So we're going to dive into it, okay? I'm not going to have that scrolling the whole time because it would be annoying, but just wanted to remind everyone about that. Okay, let's start with US Bank Stadium. That's what I went to first. And we'll talk about Lambeau and the US Bank Stadium, okay? So US Bank Stadium is a beautiful stadium. It's officially opened on July 22nd, 2016, and the first game was played August 3rd, 2016. Gorgeous stadium, absolutely state of the art. I like some of the things like the outside. There is a Viking ship thing, steel thing that's out there. The building itself is supposed to be made in such a way to look like a Vikings ship, like a ship, you know. And when I saw it, I was like, okay, I get it, but I didn't like get it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't look at it and go, hey, that looks like a ship. But the more you look at it, like, okay, I guess what they're trying. But it is absolutely gorgeous inside and out. Beautiful stadium, absolutely beautiful stadium. And I think I have a picture here. Here I've got this picture right here, and let's see. Yeah, let's just keep this here. So I want to do it this way, though. Oh, I want the picture to be bigger. Let's do it this way. So, I mean, this is a picture for me being the same. Obviously, I'm in the third deck, but it is beautiful. Look at this, the top of it. We'll talk a little bit more about some other things about this stadium. But then, guys, girls, let's go back to here. And let's go to good old Green Bay. Good old Green Bay. Look at this. Look at this, everyone. Absolutely stellar. Stellar as well. Both these stadiums. Now, both different, right? This is why it's so interesting because Lambeau Field is legendary and iconic. Even though it's old, it's been beautifully renovated. The atrium is phenomenal. The way it's designed and looks, it is really classic. And a lot of people are like, I want to go somewhere. I want to go to Lambeau, right? It's kind of like Arrowhead. That's not necessarily I want to go is Arrowhead. Arrowhead is like that classic, like I want to go to Arrowhead. But when I look at Arrowhead, I keep thinking Lambeau's better. But here's the crazy and interesting thing about both of these stadiums is that the seating capacity is actually smaller in US Bank Stadium than it is in Lambeau. And how does it look like? How does it compare? Because when you look at these, right? If I remove that for a second and bring this one up, and I'm just like, here's a picture of inside. I went to the Monday Night Football game against the Eagles. Like, that doesn't look bigger, does it? That doesn't look bigger, but it is. It's absolutely way bigger in the way of seating capacity, and it's not close. In fact, US Bank Stadium is one of the smaller ones in the NFL, which is shocking to me. Absolutely shocking to me. Lambeau is jammed. Now, part of it is the bleacher seating for sure, but it is still like it's wild to think that Lambeau Field is bigger, guys, is bigger seating wise. Like crazy, crazy, crazy to think about. Okay. So that's something that's interesting. Also, the Packers have sold out every game since 1960, and at least over 100,000. Some say 150,000 names are on the waiting list. Like the Packer faithful is unbelievable. Packers fans own the stadium. Own the team, they say. It's because they saved the team twice from being moved, going bankrupt, and if it wasn't for the fans. So that's pretty cool. But the Packers have sold out every game since 1960. Now, the big question is, and let's be honest, it's like what about the inside versus the outside, right? So when you're inside, of course, look at this. This is like so fantastic, right? It is so fantastic. And you're sitting there and it's nice, it's comfortable. Then you go to Lambeau, which if you just remove this for a second and I bring up this picture, I think I got one of these up here, this one, and last time I messed this up. So, I mean, you're cold out there. Like, look at me, I'm in a hoodie. My nose is cold, my ears are cold, my hands are freezing, and that's part of the experience, right? That's part of the environment. That's kind of the atmosphere, and which is better. Obviously, if you don't want to be cold, don't go to Lambeau. But you can also, and interesting, I don't know if you can see it on this one. Let's close that one off. I think if we go back here, if you look to the right-hand side, it's hard to see, but you see above that American flag on the right-hand side, a little bit longer, the rectangle one, there's that big, huge glass. Apparently that moves, and they can get it when it gets hot in there, they can cool it down. So that's pretty cool. But the seating, now you might say, listen, the seats in here are way nicer than at Lambeau, and I would agree. I would absolutely agree with that statement. Okay, so we go back to here. Look at in this corner here. It's the new seats, and as you can see, actually you can't really see on this side. This is a renovated spot, and there's on this side and around the left-hand side to this is all these new seats. There's some new seats on the other side and onto the right as well. But there's the bleacher seating, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to go to a game and watch a game sitting in bleachers, and I get it. I mean, it's cold, it's crammed, but it also helps with the environment, and it helps with the atmosphere. And they have no plans of getting rid of their bench seating, which is wild because in order to get, if you put those new seats in, like right there, and you put them in down below, they said they will lose 10,000 season ticket holders because the seating, they would have to lose 10,000 seats. So they're never going to lose this unless they build a brand new stadium. They're not going to do. They're not going to do. This is it. They're going to keep adding to this. They're going to keep building onto this. And they're at 80,000 seats, everyone. Like insane. So again, it comes down to what you want. Do you want to be inside and warm or warmer, or do you want to be in the atmosphere and the environment? Now, there are some cool things about it that I do want to keep talking about. And one is, let's talk about this Skol chant, okay? And I've got the Skol chant here somewhere. Where did it go? Where did it go? That's weird. It took it off. No, it's right here. Okay, watch this. I don't know. I think that is incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Okay, so the chant, the Vikings drum, the horn, and that horn's always going off. And I know opponents like, oh, that horn's driving me nuts. But let's be honest, that makes it so amazing. And then if you think about the Packers, the Go Pack Go chant is very cool, and the crowd gets very into it, and it's a staple Green Bay fans for Green Bay fans all around the world, and I've got that as well. So let's listen to it. Absolutely love it. I mean, both of those things are awesome. Like, just to be honest, and some people are like, well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. The school thing's better. You could say it's better for sure, but like the way it rings, the Go Pack Go, the way it rings around, it is really cool. Okay. Now, just a couple things that are important. One thing that Lambeau has that the US Bank Stadium does not is a Super Bowl trophy, okay? A Super Bowl trophy. Let me just show you what that looks like. In fact, they have a gigantuous Super Bowl trophy. They've had 4 world titles, right? So there's that. It also has a Hall of Fame, and that is phenomenal. Packers Hall of Fame, of course, they wouldn't have I don't think the Vikings don't have a Vikings Hall of Fame that I know of in the stadium. Maybe I missed out on that. You've got the Pro Shop, which I don't know. I don't think I put the picture on it, but they had the biggest Pro Shop in all of the NFL, and it is absolutely stellar. Obviously, I've been to the Vikings one. It was good. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good. It's good. Good enough, right? But the biggest pro shop in the NFL, the entire NFL, is there, and that's wild when you think about it. Absolutely wild when you think about it. So that's pretty cool. Also, Green Bay has the big G on it. I was up there for the stadium tour, and that thing is so cool. And when you come into the city, it's literally flat ground, and there's a little overpass that you go over, and you come down, and all of a sudden you look, and it's right there, and it's like you can't miss it. Now, US Bank Stadium's in the middle of the city. It's a large city. It is what it is, and it's got all the big skyscrapers and all that stuff. So it's a different vibe. But Green Bay's vibe is absolutely amazing. By the way, the Super Bowl trophy one was absolutely. I just got to show it one more time because you guys don't have that and we do, right? But I would say both fan bases were really good. This guy was really cool. I love how Vikings fans get all dressed up and get into their Vikings gear and all that kind of stuff. I brought in my Facts Over Feelings t-shirt that we have 4 rings and the Vikings have 0. I mean, just had some fun, and no one was mean to me. I mean, I wasn't obnoxious or rude or anything like that. So that's another thing. But fans were great. And of course, fans in Green Bay were awesome. In fact, Philly fans were complaining because they're like, we thought like Wisconsin people were way too nice. We were expecting them to be rude that we'd come into our stadium. And now I think we're probably pretty rude to Bears fans, but I don't know how we treat Vikings fans there or Detroit fans. I'm not sure. I mean, rivals, of course, right? I wouldn't think but all the people, like I wore that shirt and no one hit me. No one swore at me. I mean, I was just walking with my Packer pride and it was fun. It was fun. Another thing though that Packers do have is the statues outside. And so you've got Curly Lambeau, and then you've got Lombardi, and those are pretty cool. That was pretty cool. And then you have this Lambeau Leap statue that you can jump on, and right by the pro shop. So that was really, really amazing, super fun. I don't know, those things make a difference, right? But in saying all of that, the US Bank Stadium, I'll tell you this right now, has better graphic and video presentations. In fact, fake snow was coming down during their thing, and they, of course, they embraced the whole Vikings and the way they had the Viking font, of course, and just the way they talked about it is like you were watching a Vikings movie on the big screens, and it was amazing. And Lambeau can't compete with that. I mean, the stadium is not the same that way, not the same. But granted, Lambeau gets real snow, and makes that atmosphere really cool. So I don't know. Have you been to both these stadiums? Post in the comments which one you think would be better. But like both these stadiums are absolutely fantastic, right? These are absolutely fantastic stadiums. Fun to be at these stadiums. But I mean, I would prefer to be at Lambeau Field because it's my favorite team. But I would say that it would be probably Green Bay for me, number one. SoFi, well, I love that stadium. It was cool. But you know what? The atmosphere in Minnesota was better. So I'm going to go US Bank Stadium's better. And SoFi's third so far. So I need to get to Allegiant, Arrowhead, and to Dallas again and watch a game there and to have a better perspective. Put in the comments if there's another stadium that I need to go to that you're like, you don't sleep on this one, right? So, hey, I'm so glad that you showed up. I think I showed you all my pictures that I had. I have tons and tons of pictures and video, and I didn't want to go there. But you post which stadium is better in your opinion and which ones I should also go to. Again, don't forget to follow me on all the socials, YouTube, X, Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. I do tons and tons of content. Thank you so much for watching this. And I'm going to just hit the intro video instead of the outro video because I just love my intro video a little bit much. And I didn't want to put it at the beginning because I knew you guys are going to be like, you know what, Trev, you're going to be too biased. So you knew I was going to be. I mean, I like them both. I'd be happy to go to either stadium to watch a game, but I would prefer Lambeau because I'm a Packers fan. Have a good day.